Y'all, I have a fun video for you. I am going to do something completely different. I am not going to talk about jewelry or fashion or anything like that. I am actually going to talk about what I went to school for and something that is super cool that I was just sitting here thinking about, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So, a lot of you know that I have recently been in school for neuropsychology, right? It is completely different than psychopsychology aspect of what it covers, and it's behavior, right? However, neuropsychology, it is the study of what's happening neurologically. So within the brain, what is happening. I like to tell my kids, and it's how your brain is firing off at something. So when you're performing a behavior, what your brain is actually doing. Psychopsychology is like the interpretation of the behavior. So, example would be okay, your visual cortex. Okay, so right now I am looking. It's so weird right now. I am looking at myself because I'm recording a video for you guys, and so but I'm looking at something. I'm actively looking at something. So the area of my brain, the visual cortex, is fired off. Like if I had an fMRI cap on right now on the screen where the imaging of my brain is, it would show not only my visual cortex firing off, my area in the brain that is allowing me my eyes to work, right? It's not only that firing off, but also other areas to help me understand what I am seeing. Now, um, that understanding, say it's the say I think I'm seeing something, but it's not there, it's because psychopsychology is the interpretation of what is happening, right? Not the actual part of my brain that's allowing me to see, but it's in the psychopsychology is the decoding what I am actually seeing. Um, Same areas of the brain across a lot of people will all fire off the same when doing the same activity, right? All of our brains will fire off in the same area when we are using our eyesight, when we are looking, when we are seeing, okay? However, not everybody will see the same thing. Even though they're looking at the same thing, it's how our brain is interpreting that. So I hope I hope that made sense. But I studied the neuropsychology, what's happening in the brain. Okay, so all of that to tell you about this study that is so fascinating, so fascinating. It's by Dr. Lisa Miller, and she studied spirituality. And I love her. I love her so much. And in this study, I'm just gonna insert something right here that with spirituality, I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Lisa Miller, Dr. Lisa Miller, is not a member of the same church. However, she studied spirituality completely different than religion. Being a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is not the same. That would be categorized as a religion. It is not the same as spirituality. So my spirituality is what she would study, and she found traits within spirituality from all different religions, all different people from around the world, and we'll get into that in just a second. But how she deciphered the two and made them like how she categorized it in order to study spirituality and not religion is spirituality within the study with her and her colleagues and the other researchers that did this. I think to date right now, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't searched any recent peer-reviewed journals or articles lately, but just like last year, this study was the longest running and largest study on spirituality that there has been to date. And I believe that's still the case, but it's so cool. How she deciphered the two from religion and spirituality is that spirituality was the personal relationship the individual had on with their God, whoever that may be, however they worshiped their God, spoke to their God, however they communicated, whether it was Christianity, like I am, Buddhism, Judaism, Muslim, however, whichever religion the person was, even indigenous little islands. Has been in Asia, South America, North America, indigenous islands all over that never, generations of people who have never left their island, and who had like medicine women and medicine people who were spiritual. They were the ones who sought after like the spiritual needs of their tribe. And this was like within these tribal communities, these are positions, I guess, for a lack of better words, like the medicine women, these were handed down to them from generations. They had been preparing their whole life to become the medicine. And I know that in her study it was medicine women that she was studying, but I don't know. I would imagine that there are probably men too who have these sacred positions within their tribe. I don't know much about the indigenous communities as much as I know about how she studied other areas. But what it was is the personal relationship. So my relationship that I have with God, he is a one-on-one God. He is very personal to me. He speaks to me completely different than he speaks to my children, to my neighbor, to my husband. He is personal to me. But something that she found, this is where we get cool. Okay, something that she found across the board with all of these people that she studied is that spirituality led to the brain, to giving the brain a neuroprotectant, it was neuroprotectant. I don't even know how better to explain that. Okay, spirituality equals neuroprotectant. So let's break that down even further. So spirituality protects the brain, protects it, heals it, and makes it stronger. What? Okay, so let me break down. Oh my gosh. Okay, geeking out. Let me break this down even further. Okay, what she found in her study is so fascinating. So when we study the brain, right? I want for Christmas one of these years, I am going to spend the thousands and thousands of dollars that it takes to study my brain, or not study it. I just want the scans of it. I will study it on my own. I just want the scans of my brain. Oh my goodness. So when we do brain scans, right, we can see certain areas of the brain that have something's happened to them. Okay, so like when you hit your brain, a lot of football players, they have their brain scans. And what we know about the brain is when your brain is what's controlling your behavior, right? Okay, so when your brain gets hit, guys, in these brain scans, we can see, oh gosh, I hope I can say this. I don't know what I can and can't say on videos or YouTube, but we have the technology. It's so fascinating. On brain scans, we can scan somebody, and I wish we would do this to veterans. We can scan somebody and see if they are thinking about I don't know how to say this. Self-harm, if they have thought about it, or if they are actively pursued it and it just hasn't followed through all the way or whatnot. We can see that on brain scans. We can see there's a part of the brain that will show up that is denser, more dense. It's dark, it's heavy in the brain, and we can see that on a scan. And which I don't know if we can see it on a scan. Why are we not doing it to our veterans? Come on. But not only that, with depression and anxiety, depression especially, and this is where I'm going with Lisa Miller's her research. Okay, with depression, somebody who, even on a biological level, because we know that depression through past family events that traumas can somewhat be genetic. We can pass that down, right? So, even on a biological level, even traumas that have been passed down, or people are more susceptible to, because obviously it's not guaranteed. You don't always pass them down. It's just you're more likely, or could be more likely, passing down past traumas or the effects of it. Y'all, oh my gosh. With depression, your cortex is thinner, right? It's thin. We can see that. We can see that on a brain scan. If we were to scan somebody's brain and their cortex is super thin, then we know that they are most likely typical more depressed. If we were to scan the same person and their cortex was thicker, and what that means is just the cortex is the outer layer, right, of the brain. If their cortex was thicker, then they are less depressed. Spirituality. The more spiritual you are, the thicker your cortex is. What? Even on a biological, or even for the individuals who are more likely to become depressed based off of genetics, or somebody who has PTSD, who has gone through trauma, or veterans, just life events, poverty, childhood, anything. When your cortex is thin and you are feeling depressed, all the studies that they have done around the world are showing that the people who become more spiritual, once again, meaning your one-on-one relationship with your God. You're praying, you're meditating, you're talking to Him, thinking about Him, asking, seeking your Creator's advice, counsel, meditation, however it is that you talk to God. However it is, in your head, anything. On your knees, through quiet scripture time, however it is. Your relationship with Him starts to thicken the cortex around your brain and starts protecting it against depression. Getting rid of that depression. Now, people like to confuse depression with being sad or being upset, or the emotion. Everybody has the emotion of depression. That's completely different than actual depression, okay? Emotions are good. All emotions. Every emotion that we have, those are good. We regulate them. Some of the emotions that we have rid us from, it's a warning. It's a warning of what we need to be doing next, or something is going on, or how to practice the fight or flight, right? That part of the amygdala, when that starts to fire off, then depending on our next move, what happens next is an emotion that will either get us out of that situation, protect us from that situation, or how we are going to react to that situation. Emotions are good. Depression is completely different. Depression is something that you almost can't help. So we thought. Spirituality, guys, is thickening our cortex to physically make us happy, where we can see it on fMRI scans. Do you know how fascinating that is? Our bodies were created by deity, right? By God, a creator. They are, that's not by coincidence that our brains do that. It is not. It is by divine design that He created our bodies to know how, if we seek after Him, if we look to Him, if we run to Him, if we cry to Him, if we go to Him, if we talk to Him, if we are with Him, walk with Him, then He is physically making us happier. I love it. I love Him. I love him. I love him. And I just wanted to share that. I have so many, oh my goodness, I have journals and journals and books and stuff of these little snippets of some of the stuff that I've learned in my studies of the brain and the behavior. And you know what? I may start trying to post some of these so you guys can see them and be fascinated with how we were created and who he is, and just awe-inspiring about everybody around us and these bodies that we have and we have been given. And so that's my just wanted to share that with you guys. I love you. Share your light with the world, guys. I mean, share it. You are wonderful. You are amazing. You are why we have this earth. We have been given a beautiful place to live. We have been given bodies who are able to protect themselves, so to speak, in ways we don't even know yet. And so I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It's almost the weekend. I believe it's Thursday. I love you. And until next time. Oh, by the way, my shop, we are changing over. So over the next several days, you won't be able to order anything because we are going to a whole different host, domain host. I don't know. I don't know about websites as much as I do about the brain. So I am learning. I'm teaching myself. But if you want to place an order and you can't get on our website, then reach out to me and I can help you out. But until then, I will catch you on the next one, and share your light for the whole world to see.